Thank you for subscribing to this channel. This is a Reading Part C practice video.
Based on the information provided, option D is the correct answer. Let's break down each option and why they are either correct or incorrect. A. Adherence to patient preferences for treatment. This option is consistent with the information in the passage. The passage mentions that patient-centered care and adherence to patient preferences are effective in improving outcomes for patients with advanced dementia. Therefore, this option is incorrect as it aligns with the recommended approach. B. Better treatment of distressing symptoms. This option is also consistent with the information in the passage. The passage suggests that addressing distressing clinical symptoms is an important aspect of improving the care of patients with advanced dementia. Therefore, this option is incorrect as it aligns with the recommended approach. C. Engaging patients and families in advanced care planning. This option is consistent with the information in the passage. The passage highlights the importance of engaging patients and their families in advanced care planning to achieve patient-centered goals and preferences. Therefore, this option is incorrect as it aligns with the recommended approach. D. Hand feeding instead of tube feeding. This is the correct answer. The passage does not specifically mention hand feeding or tube feeding as methods of care for patients with advanced dementia. However, it does mention the need to reduce the use of invasive treatments of limited benefit, such as tube feeding. This implies that tube feeding might not be the preferred approach, whereas hand feeding might be a better option. Therefore, this option is correct as it represents a method that may not align with the recommended approach based on the passage. In summary, the passage emphasizes patient-centered care, adherence to patient preferences, addressing distressing symptoms, and engaging patients and families in advanced care planning as ways to improve the care of patients with advanced dementia. The correct answer is option D, because it refers to a method that could potentially be at odds with the recommended approach, based on the passage's implication that invasive treatments of limited benefit, such as tube feeding, should be reduced.
Let's look at the next question.
Based on the passage provided, the correct answer is indeed option B, patient-centered. Let's go through each option and explain why. A. Practical. The passage doesn't directly discuss whether the author's approach is practical or not. While practicality might be a consideration, the main emphasis in the passage is on patient-centered care and adherence to patient preferences, making this option less likely to be the best description. B. Patient-centered. The passage explicitly states that care focused on patient-centered goals and adherence to patient preferences is most effective in improving outcomes for patients with advanced dementia. This aligns perfectly with the idea that the author's approach is patient-centered, making option B the correct answer. C. Analytical. The passage doesn't provide enough information to suggest that the author's approach is analytical. The emphasis is on providing care that aligns with patient preferences and goals, rather than an analytical approach to data or research. D. Utilitarian. The passage does not mention anything about the author's approach being utilitarian. The focus is on patient-centered care and improving outcomes based on patient preferences, rather than maximizing overall utility or societal benefit. In summary, the passage highlights the importance of patient-centered care and adherence to patient preferences in improving outcomes for patients with advanced dementia. The correct answer is option B,